60, and today we're going to be debunking the geocentric and heliocentric model. And we're going to actually discover how these things are actually playing out when it comes to the actual mechanism that we go outside and see every day. We see that current sea level of fusion, friction, and pressure. So when it comes to us being aware and observing that position and interaction between those two atmospheres that's happening on the far east, when it comes to it interacting with our atmosphere, rotating to the left, it creates the illusion like the sun is rising on the east, but it's really a mechanism that's playing out in nature, which is fusion, friction, and pressure. So when we get two high velocity objects moving at high velocities, rubbing against each other in the same space, fusion, friction, and pressure. And then that's how we get that emanation of the sun. But it's really just a cooling off of what's actually going on. So the sun is produced the same way hurricanes are produced, which we know that hurricanes are man-made, and that's how they kind of manipulate nature, by understanding that mechanism and how the sun gets produced. And once the sun gets produced, it cools off, it becomes the clouds, the rain, and that becomes the same thing that condenses and becomes our actual waters that we're able to develop geographical locations out of when it comes to those minerals and cell salts that get encapsulated into those atoms, start to crystallize and start to compact, and it starts to become earth, starts to become something hard, starts to become something physical, starts to become something more tangible that we can stand on. And through the periods of time, thousands and thousands of years, this develops into land structure. So keep in mind that earth came out of water. Water didn't fall on earth. So listening to NASA and listening to people that will get you lost into all these Neoplatonism, Aristotle types of things, thinking that the earth is flat and we got sun disk around us and globes around us, that's false. You're going to get lost into some Jewish mysticism if you keep going down those trains of thoughts and lines of reasonings, listening to those individuals. So what we're actually experiencing is just a massive hurricane, for lack of better words, on a more global scale. When it comes to our atmosphere, the atmosphere that we're in, that's playing out lighter in density. So the lighter object get trapped inside the heavier object. We see this playing out when it comes to rain. We see this playing out when it comes to clouds. We see this playing out when it comes to rainbows and other things of that nature. So the lighter object interacting with the heavier object that may appear invisible, but it's actually a substance that's rubbing against the object that we're in, that we're emanating when it comes to our atmosphere, our winds, our cycle, our sun and moon phases, and creating that fusion, that friction, and that pressure rubbing against each other at one going counterclockwise and the other one going clockwise. So it gives off that illusion like the sun is rising on the east. So we're really rotating to the left, interacting with an atmosphere that's different, that's playing out differently in temperament, and we got a different temperament. So that's going to produce the temperature, hot, cold, dry, wet, when it comes to whatever position that sun is getting emanated from, whatever distance and position that sun is getting emanated from. So this is why we can get the perspective, and this is how we able to see when developing on what a geographical location, what waters you came out of, when that atmosphere was producing that sun, that emanation from your relative position via your geographical location, and how the seasons interact differently to a different geographical location when it comes to how the atmosphere was interacting with producing that sun that deals with the Antarctica or the eastern continents, and how you can see the differences between being night and day. When it comes to you living on the western hemisphere, you coming out of this soil from a seed, coming out of this soil, creation, mutation, evolution, and evolving, becoming a human being out of this soil, and how you see the natures around you play out differently than an individual will be able to perceive the natures around them play out differently when it comes to Antarctica. So that hemisphere deals more with, you know, the western, not the western hemisphere, but that hemisphere is governed under Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So when it comes to us observing that position in the distance relative to our space and how that sun is interacting with that atmosphere, it's going to be a little bit more distant. So we're going to see in nature, when it comes to the land that gets derived out of that geographical location, that atmosphere, those waters, it's going to be more cold because it's going to be more distant. So it's going to be closer. It's going to be more distance from where the sun likes to reside, which is, the eastern continents, where it's more hotter. We'll see it's more desert over there. So when we get into the western continents, it's balanced. We're not on extreme equilibrium of it being extremely hot throughout the year, or an extreme equilibrium or it being too cold throughout the year. So we get even day, even night when it comes to the western hemisphere. So when it comes to the northern hemisphere, land hasn't got deriving out of that space yet. So it's still kind of watery. So it's more like the Antarctic. It's still kind of cold. It's still kind of watery. So when it comes to us understanding how the sun is a hot cloud and not getting lost into any geocentric or heliocentric model, this can kind of help you be able to go outside and be able to understand this for yourself whenever you're looking around and you're trying to observe. And this is how you can kind of correspond your astrological weathering system. And this is how the astrological weathering system actually works in reality. You can see this mechanism playing out in reality. You don't have to go on Google and get lost into no Neoplatonism, no Aristotle, no Greek or no Mason or no Jew who had the wrong idea about what it was observing 300 something years ago and get lost into those individuals' ideas. Now you have the wrong starting point. Now you don't know what you're looking at when you're going outside. And the best way that you can be able to really understand is get you a star. You know what I'm saying? Get you a star. So you can be able to see the points of references for the first time coming from the east, north, west, south. And understanding the oral tradition that comes from that. And then once you be able to get into synchronicity with those energies, hey, he, ha, ho, hoo, you can go outside. You'll be able to go outside and do some practices as above, so below. When it comes to you trying to understand and how to communicate when it comes to your natural native tongue, you can be able to understand that when it comes to those individuals coming over here from the eastern continents to the western hemisphere, how they utilize this mechanism following the sun position to the west, finding this land, this soil where indigenous individuals was, because the indigenous, they kind of already had a grip on, they already kind of knew about this type of information and this knowledge. So this is where they start to piggyback when it comes to the Europeans and the Germans and the Greeks. This is where they start to piggyback from the Indian spiritual system. So the Indians was able to look at the thing that was being produced outside of us, like we chapi, we are them. So Masons, I'm gonna say Masons, Germans, and Jews got lost into that. So they came over here with this ideology of, okay, I'm gonna use that. I see how land is getting produced over here. I see how nature is being flourishing over here in the Western Hemisphere. So we're gonna come over here with all of our mental illnesses, trying to capitalize off these individuals and then genocide them, gentrify them, and kill them, which they still playing out today. They're still doing these same energies today when it comes to them being able to create man-made hurricanes to flush out all the natives and all the people in that geographical location. When it comes to what we see going on online, what we see the news pushing out, when it comes to the news being a main platform for fear-mongering and things of those natures. So we see all these energies playing out in real life when it comes to them being able to encapsulate that mechanism that's playing out, that's playing out for real, that's playing out in nature for real, a mass hurricane, because that's all the sun is. And we're just experiencing the collapsing of those clouds that's, giving us that illusion like it's bright. So when we go outside, we feel hot, but it's really just our atmosphere close to that atmosphere that's being produced on the eastern hemisphere whenever we're going through those seasonal transitions, spring and summer. So closer we get to summer, closer we get to the The closer we get to that event that's happening on the eastern hemisphere. So that's where those two temperaments is going to start to collide and rub against each other on a more rapid base. So we're going to start to feel that in nature. We're going to start to feel things heat up. And the more separate and distance we get from that event happening on the east, then that's when things are going to start to cool down. We're going to start to get more cold. And then we can actually see these things play out in nature when it comes to us getting into fall and winter, when we start to see things dying. And then once we see the full depth of that transition and that event that happened, when it comes to the melting of that event and transitioning into the next phase of that event. So when you go outside, you're not really looking at one sun. It's not really one sun being produced. It's multiple suns being produced, and we're all just facing that event. So we got this sun. We're facing that event from, I'm gonna put it in retrospect. We're facing the event from, let's say that you're on the Western Hemisphere right now. So you're on the Western Hemisphere. You're looking at that event. And you can really like tie this together when it comes to the clock as well, because a clock can really put it in perspective for you. So you got this sun. I'm gonna use the clock. So 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. We're facing the sun that's being produced from that distance and position. That gives us the emanation of morning, the morning star. Then when we go from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., that's when we transition and start to face the sun, face the position that produced that sun at that distance, that emanation that we call the bright star. And then once we go from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we start to face the position at that distance that produced the sun that we call Cancer. And then once we go from 12 p.m. to 2 a.m., we start to face the distance where that event is happening, the distance, the position that creates the distance that produced that sun that we call Gemini. I think it's Gemini. I think I missed Gemini. I think it's Gemini, then Cancer, then Leo. I think we're on Leo right now. And then once we go from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., starts to face the position that produced the sun at that distance that we call Leo. I think I'm on Leo. I'm gonna use Leo. And then once we go from 6 p.m., well, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., we start to face that event that produced the sun in that position that we call Virgo. And then we start to anthropomorphize these sun transitions and give them names, deify them, make allegories around them, make anthropomorphized stories around them, because we're all a piece, an emanation of what's happening, playing out those natures as above, so below, in our own macro way. So when it comes to us understanding this knowledge and how we're utilizing, not how we're utilizing, but how we're understanding, how we're observing nature take this transition, we got individuals that's able to encapsulate this energy and play it out on a micro scale. So they kind of understand what's going on macroly and how that event is creating those heavy currents, because the farther that you go east, you're not going to be able to withstand those currents. No spaceship, no submarine. It's going to be like a massive ass hurricane. So we're just receiving a reflection. So that's all the moon is. The moon is a reflection of that event happening on the east. So whenever we got a full moon, we're able to see the full reflection of our atmosphere, what's happening on the east. Whenever we got a new moon, this means we haven't produced a moon yet, a solar eclipse. That means we haven't produced a moon, a reflection yet, to be able to see our atmosphere until the moon starts to wax. The atmosphere, we start to move. We start to move. Then we get to see it. Then we get to see it. Then we get to see it. Then we get to see. Then we hit 180 degrees. We see our full reflection from what's happening on a macro scale. So on a micro scale, what's playing out is clouds are being produced. We get to see weather, we get to see rain. And from that rain, we get to see nature having something to, be able to absorb. We get to see sea levels. We get to see different sea levels. And this is why they also tie the moon to the current, controlling the currents, controlling the waters. So this is why the moon is correlated to the waters, the emotions, and things of those natures. So just understanding that mechanism, you will be able to see how these things are actually playing out in reality, instead of you getting lost into Neoplatonism and having to Google things and getting lost into like Google and things of those natures, Aristotle, because they had the wrong starting point. But we're the real metaphysics now. We're the real metaphysics here now, trying to give y'all the right starting point so y'all can be able to think more sufficiently, so y'all mind can be in the right space, so y'all can have the right point of reference for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And things of those natures, a point of reference for the first time, when it comes to where that point of reference was springing out from. And we can really get deeper into it as well when it comes to how the houses was created as well, when it comes from Aries, Spring, Ram of reality, Taurus, Bull, Bulldozer, the ground base is about something, Gemini, dual-sided, having two sides of yourself, two masculine thoughts. But that's a whole nother loss that we ain't gonna get into right now, because we're just debunking these Masons right now, you know what I'm saying? These Masons and these Jews right now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but that's really what's going on though. And like, this is how they're trying to utilize nature to trick people, to manipulate people as well, when it comes to these massive hurricanes with Masonic Greek people names on them, trying to flush people out of their geographical location and things of those nature. So it's all just capitalism at the end of the day. It's all just motherfuckers trying to make some money at the end of the day. All just motherfuckers, they don't really care. They don't really care about y'all well-being. They don't really care about how y'all feel. They don't really care about y'all well-being. They don't care about if y'all gonna be living and thriving tomorrow. They don't give a fuck about none of that, because at the end of the day, they're just trying to make some money. These motherfuckers in business. So they in big business right now, you know what I'm saying, over there in the eastern continents and eastern hemispheres and things of those natures. So even when it comes to individuals like me expressing this online, they get into some form of ego and start to feel like they're being harassed, or some form of anti-Semitism, and they start to strike your channel and things of those natures if you get too out of hand, if you start to communicate and spill their secrets too much. But man, people already know what's going on. People already know how y'all controlling the weather. People already know how y'all depopulating everybody. People already got a grip on what's going on. But at this point, as people, we just got to come together and just, I ain't rise up against these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Rise up against these motherfuckers, but not get lost into their witchcraft, because they will find a real crafty way to get individuals lost into their witchcraft, so they control the whole narrative. And then next thing you know, it's a law against us taking our power back. Now we're having some form of martial law, because these individuals that's trained under their governmental system is brainwashed to think and programmed to think that they're making the right thing and doing things for their family. At the end of the day, when it comes to how y'all have this invader type of mentality that's attached to y'all spirit that y'all brought over here, that's demonic. It comes from a demonic seed. It comes from a seed of jealousy at the end of the day. And they'll kind of look at people like me online. They'll kind of look at individuals like me online, the feds, and be watching me online and things, trying to scare my face and shit, trying to get my body and my expressions. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, y'all can't copy me, bitch. What the fuck? Y'all bitches can't copy me. What the fuck wrong with y'all? What the fuck? They'll try to steal your like now. Here, this bitch, that's the new psyop they got going on. They watching motherfuckers like me, like every little movement. They'll sit behind a goddamn screen, try to copy it, goddamn collect it with their database and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit weird, man. This shit is, it's weird. Like, y'all can't be yourself. Like, y'all that jealous. Like, y'all really that butthurt about what? You know what I'm saying? We all trying to come together. We trying to help y'all motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? So we can create a new atmosphere. Goddamn, be able to expand a small ass world. But I guess y'all just want to be stuck here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this bitch. I already got my nest. I know how to get down with the get down, bitch. I already know how to make a key in and out of this motherfucker. I already know how to travel in and out of this motherfucker. Y'all the ones that need help. Y'all the ones who ain't gonna be able to travel, because as soon as y'all think y'all going somewhere, y'all gonna get y'all monkey ass sit right back down, come right back here into this bullshit hell that y'all created for yourselves, because y'all are tainted, toxic ass spirits at the end of the day. You better believe it. You better take spirituality seriously, because y'all think it's a motherfucking game, being some motherfucking Mason or some motherfucking Jew, destroying people's livelihood. If this is those natures, think y'all doing something right, but at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers are some motherfuckers, demons at the end of the day. So don't be trying to copy people like me. Don't be trying to screen record, face scan, collect data information on people like me, because it ain't gonna work. You're only hurting yourself. You're only digging a hole for yourself at the end of the day. And you just giving people like me more time to express our power and take your power. So just keep that in mind as well when it comes to y'all trying to watch people online and behind screens and shit, because y'all ain't scaring nobody. Y'all trying to motivate people to get people off the internet. So that's all y'all trying to do, but y'all ain't gonna get nobody off the internet. And even if y'all did get off the internet, bitch, we chose to make that decision, and we still gonna be waking people up behind closed doors, rather you if you like it or not, bitch, because people got their own mind, and nobody ain't dumb, nobody ain't stupid. So you gotta keep that in mind as well. So people just gonna be waking up slowly but surely, and y'all gonna continuously get y'all power took behind closed doors, and y'all gonna wonder why motherfuckers is dying mysteriously, because y'all fucking with real spirits. So y'all can get all the information, all the face scan, all the data that y'all motherfuckers want, because you're only just digging your own hole at the end of the day, the motherfucking feds. So you gotta keep that in mind, because the motherfucking feds be watching y'all asses. They be watching me too. I know they be watching me. I don't give a fuck. I ain't suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. Y'all can suck my motherfucking dick and stay lost in this motherfucking hell for eons, bitch. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know why they think they sentiment. I don't know why they think the shit that they got going on is gonna work against us. I don't understand why they think that shit gonna work. So people gonna wake up regardless. And you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers really don't need fucking 2 left feet. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker really don't need fucking 2 left feet to make some motherfucking magic happen. So y'all gotta kind of understand what's going on. Cause y'all kind of get lost into y'all primitive human brain. Y'all kind of get lost into y'all primitive human brain. Y'all see all this sign and symbol shit on me right here? Fuck that shit. Y'all kind of get lost into y'all primitive human brain and think that that's the only way. Y'all think y'all observing somebody in y'all primitive human brain. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all observing somebody in y'all primitive human brain. You know what I'm saying? Think y'all doing something. Think y'all finna go somewhere, imploding y'all own organs, until y'all be able to come out and express yourself in these sentiments and wash y'all motherfucking hands. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfucking hands dirty. They're dirty ass bitches. Y'all some dirty bitches. So you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying? You get deep. I thrash y'all motherfucking Masons for hours, but y'all some dirty ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? So that all they gonna do is look at individuals like me online and try to use the type of game that we be kicking and remix it and try to plagiarize it, and then behind closed doors boost up one of their puppets to come out and say the same things that we saying, but make it pretty, make it more persuasive, utilizing more logic and Greek words, things of those natures. So that's all that they're trying to do, because they know that these individuals don't have their own mind and lack the ability of being able to express this godly knowledge themselves and come to this starting point themselves. So they'll set up bots, they'll set up individuals, bots, like who probably watching me right now, a motherfucking bot, a motherfucking fed or something. They'll set up those individuals to create transcripts around whatever that person who's going live is saying, around whatever that person who's communicating is saying, collect all that data, print it out, give it to one of these Masons, make it look pretty, so they can be like, hey, this is what we learned. The sun doesn't travel. We actually discovered in a scientific lab that it's fusion friction. You know what I'm saying? And then this is what else they'll do. They'll get rid of everybody. They'll shadow ban all the people who had this original idea. They'll shadow ban them, get them out of allegory, try to destroy their character online, try to, assassinate their character online, things of those natures. lock them away so nobody ever find that person information, so nobody ever find that person who came up with this intellectual property. Then they feel like mission complete. Mission complete. We got the job done. Y'all gotta chill. We got him. Mission complete. Hell no, y'all going to hell. Y'all going to hell. Y'all Masons going to hell, man. Y'all humans going to hell. It's cold. It looks just like this. It looks just like this. Y'all gonna have bodies. Y'all gonna be able to talk. Look just like this too, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be able to get in packs again. Y'all Masons going to hell. And look at people like me. They got all my information on this bitch. Where is he from? Let's look. Let's look. Let's get his transcript. Where is he from? Do we remember the spirit? You know what I'm saying? That's how they get you, man. Do we remember this spirit? Do we remember this person? Where's this person heritage from? I'm worried about that, bitch. Bitch, I know how to create minds and bodies, bitch. Did we kill his people? Did we come over there and evacuate and why is he expressing this character? Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? He's not one of us. Just get him. Get him. Get him. Fucking demons, boy. Y'all some fucking demons. Get him. Get him. They don't want nobody to be successful. They don't want nobody thriving in this bitch. They want y'all to look like them. For real. They want y'all to look like them for real, man. It's crazy. What's his dialect? Where is it? Where? Is he from here? He's from there. When did we? Uriel. Uriel. Damn you. As soon as they say Uriel, they start to die. They start to croak over and die. Damn you. That's how it happened. Yeah, I know the game. Damn you, Uriel. They be in search for light. That's how this going on. Mason. Replace Mason with in search for light. Motherfuckers in search for light. So, hey, I'm gonna give you all the light you need, bitch. And the light gonna tell your ass that you're going to hell, bitch. Suck my dick. Suck my dick, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Suck my dick, bitch. But yeah. That's all that's going on. So they get everybody lost into, everybody lost into some form of spookism. They get everybody lost. That's all that it is. So they can be the ones controlling it behind the closed doors, controlling it behind the scenes. So they can play the face of those characters. But it's really just a Mason getting initiated. Hurricane Helene. What the fuck? Hurricane Harvey. What the fuck? Come on now. Ain't nobody dumb, bro. Ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody dumb. Y'all was getting away with it for a good time. Y'all probably got some of the sheeps and the robots brainwashed, but those motherfuckers, those individuals don't matter anyway. They don't matter anyway. But that's how they want to do. Get people emotionally aroused about shit. And then once they get people emotionally aroused about shit, they try to create a magic square around those individuals. Utilize a form of anti-Semitism. Getting their butt hurt. Be watching people create fake characters and psyops about individuals that come online, scan their faces, try to steal their liking. Hey, I'm telling you, you can have this all you want. You can have it. But you can try to clone me, bitch. They'll try to clone your ass for real. Cause most everybody lost into some Masonic tracing board. But I ain't gonna be too counterproductive. I ain't gonna get all the game away. What God showed me, what all possibilities showed me. So y'all just gonna keep burying yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. But I'm glad that I have y'all attention. Because now, you know what I'm saying? You just get more and more and more into my world. You just feeding me. You just feeding me some more. And I need to feed, you know what I'm saying? Might as well while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I need to feed. So y'all just feeding. Y'all just sacrificing yourself. Behind closed doors. Y'all the one getting y'all power took. If you express it or not, eventually it's gonna get to a point you're gonna suffocate in this body, in that mind. But I ain't gonna get too much game away. Y'all gonna suffocate. Cause y'all ain't gonna be able to swim. Y'all ain't got enough air. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna be able to swim. Y'all gonna suffocate. Y'all gonna keep suffocating over and over and over and over and over and over till that become y'all hell. At that point, you in my world. So yeah, that's all that's going on. That's all that's really going on when it comes to going outside and being aware and understanding these mechanisms of what's going on. The sun, it's not a sphere. The earth is not flat. The earth is a wave, bitch. If you ask me, bitch, we create the earth, bitch. We emanate the earth, if you ask me. So you gotta keep that in mind as well. We create the waves, the waters, and the vibrations. That's why we got the good jiggles, and you know what I'm saying? That's why you see the good jiggles and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why you get to see the good jiggles and shit. Coming from the western, you know what I'm saying? See the good jiggles, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got the good anatomy, the match. We got the good anatomy that match the astronomy and astrology, you know what I'm saying? Those individuals ain't got the anatomy that match the astronomy and astrology. So, you know, they got the weak anatomy, astronomy, and astrology. So they feel some type of way about it. So they get jealous. You know what I'm saying? So they create melted metals, call it dicks. It's my dick, bitch. You know what I'm saying? They create melted metals. Suck my dick, bitch. Because they ain't got the good godly characteristics, the good godly natures to match the astronomy. As above, as below, as within, as without. So, you know what I'm saying? So just, you know, just jealous, envious ass spirits. And just motherfuckers who just like to watch people like me online all day, who ain't got nothing better to do, who ain't gonna be able to use this, go outside and kind of understand what's going on for themselves, lost into their ego, lost into their feelings, you know what I'm saying? And don't give a fuck about nobody. It's like a narc to me. It's like a motherfucking narcissistic ass spirit that's gonna get lost in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just go get lost in the woods in the spiritual realm. Go get fucked up by some animals. Y'all get fucked by some animals or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's also what they do. They fuck animals. They're like fucking animals, creating diseases. Fuck animals, create diseases, create man-made catastrophic events and shit. All other shit. Steal your information. Think they doing something for God. When in all actuality, they're just being a demon. A broke ass demon. Behind closed doors. Physically and spiritually. So that's really what's going on. That's how just the world is how in. Just the world that humans is in. This is the two things that's going on. The human world. Hue and man world. Man lost into that hue. Becoming a beast. Becoming a dragon, a centaur, some other bullshit y'all got going on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all kind of understand this mechanism, what's going on when it comes to going outside and observing the sun, because they're gonna remix this regardless. But the more and more people that absorb this information and not give us our props, God's children their props, the more and more, you know, people we're gonna start to see go missing. The more and more people that's gonna start to suffocate. Bitch, I killed more motherfuckers than Jesus. So better keep that in mind, bitch. Pull up in the flesh on your ass. Real angels pull up in the flesh on your ass or your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I already fucked y'all up in the mind. Had to pull up in the flesh on y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind as well. Bitch, I slaughtered more people than Jesus. Slaughtered more people than Hurricane Harvey. You know what I'm saying, bitch? Get rid of eons and worlds and shit. So basically, y'all just breathing. Y'all gonna suffocate. Probably gonna suffocate in y'all sleep. Probably gonna suffocate in y'all dreams. Y'all gonna dream about something. Y'all ain't gonna be able to wake up. You're gonna suffocate. If you steal or if you speak this alien language, but you have ill intent behind it, you're gonna suffocate. You're gonna die. You're gonna croak. Your organs gonna implode because you didn't take the time to wash your hands. You still may be lost into some man-made stimuli that's weak, that's not useful, that's not durable, it's not sturdy anymore. So eventually, you're gonna suffocate. You're gonna see how that's not gonna work in this new shift that's going on. Because these bodies, these minds, these organs, and these vessels, this space, this egg that we're experiencing, it's getting ready to deteriorate. It's old and outdated. So if you're still lost into those mechanisms, if you haven't came to the understanding that we are the new stars down here, and if you're still trying to utilize your puppets to play out what are these sentiments and these characters, because that's all they're trying to do, collect information to build a sentiment on individuals like me, so they can be able to steal it for themselves behind closed doors, feel like they're doing something, you're gonna suffocate. So this is the witchcraft I'm putting on this world, to let all you Masons and Jews and people with ill intent who have the wrong things on their mind, trying to control what's uncontrollable, what's unseen, what's unconscious, you're gonna suffocate, and you're gonna perish, and you're gonna drown forever. And it ain't no coming back from that, because we don't see enough genocide, gentrification going on for y'all to get put back into a position of power anymore. So this is how angels destroy shit. So this whole dragon creature, this whole snake-like creature, I'm not even gonna tame it. I'm gonna just let it die. Usually, spirit like me will try to tame our creature like this. I use it as a bitch. Use it to go take on other creatures and shit. But this one, I'm just gonna let it die. I let it suffocate. Let it perish. Because it's weak anyway. And the spirits that follow this creature, that agree to this natural selection, are only gonna, if they continuously to follow these creatures, get blinded by everything in the 1/3 dimension in the flesh, then y'all have no choice but to follow this spirit to Dalmatian. Because it's not the end all and be all. Some of y'all have came to the starting point of understanding that. Some Masons, some Jews understand what's actually going on in reality. But it's some things that's going on that's unsaid, that we're unable to express because we don't have no words. And there isn't no words that we can utilize to put what's actually going on and what's actually going to happen into format, so that y'all can be able to see, create the eyeball, the optic to see. And honestly, I'm not even gonna look that way. I'm not even gonna look that way, because y'all think we looking that way, but we really looking that way. It's a play on words, it's a play on minds, and I'm not even gonna look that way. So final boss, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going against the final boss, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. Final boss. So how y'all want to do it? Cause y'all can cheer each other on how much y'all want. Y'all gotta get past these bosses, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all some shit. Y'all gotta get past these bosses, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, you gotta come out of this bitch with final boss mentality. You know what I'm saying? Come back on this bitch with the final boss mentality, bitch. Who's Thanos? Who's Thanos? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's this video. That's everything. But I just had to go on a little tangent to let these Masons and these Jews that be watching me secretly watching me, but ain't supporting. I don't even want no support from y'all bitches. Y'all bitches suck my dick. At the end of the day, it's been Who Life 360. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace.